The Las Vegas Aces are on the brink of being eliminated from the WNBA playoffs, and recently they have been in the news for all the wrong reasons.
And not only that, no offense to A'ja Wilson, she was not good in the playoffs. Well, maybe not good in the playoffs, not good in this series. You might be saying, oh, but like, she had 19 and 10. She had 2 points in the fourth quarter and shot the ball twice. They went into the fourth quarter. Like, they lost it by 12. They were down 2 going into the fourth quarter. They were down 2. She shot the ball twice. It was literally, Kelsey, go take us home.
The Las Vegas Aces are on the brink of being eliminated from the WNBA playoffs, and recently they have been in the news for all the wrong reasons. And not only that, no offense to A'ja Wilson, she was not good in the playoffs. Well, maybe not good in the playoffs, not good in this series. You might be saying, oh, but like she had 19 and 10, she had 2 points in the fourth quarter and shot the ball twice. They went into the fourth quarter if they lost it by 12. They were down 2 going into the fourth quarter. They were down 2. She shot the ball twice. It was literally, Kelsey, go take us home. Did you catch A'ja Wilson's playoff performance? 2 points in the fourth quarter of a must-win game. Now compare that to Caitlin Clark, who was out here dishing assists like LeBron and transforming her team from bottom dwellers to contenders, you know. But I am root for Caitlin, because I've been in that seat before I've walked that row. I hope she kills. You might be thinking, is Clark the new face of the WNBA? Let's break down how this rivalry is reshaping the league. But here's where it gets really interesting. Remember that commercial where Wilson said winning isn't for everyone? Well, you won't believe how that's coming back to bite her. So A'ja was right. A'ja was right. Winning isn't for everyone. Winning is not for everyone. She's on the money. Winning isn't for everyone. It's like the basketball gods decided to serve up a slice of karma, and Wilson got the whole pie. Actually ends up making history, sitting on top of the mountain as the first unanimous MVP in NBA or WNBA history to not reach the finals. So that doesn't really seem like that is a stat that I want to be the only one. It doesn't seem like that is a stat that I'm going to go home and brag to my closest friends and family now. You might be wondering, what's the real story here? Is this just a one-time thing for Wilson, or are we seeing a changing of the guard? And how is Clark fitting into all of this? Trust me, there's way more to this than meets the eye, and we're about to dive into all the juicy details. A'ja Wilson, aka the manufactured WNBA MVP, is officially eliminated from the WNBA playoffs. And you know what she said, folks, delayed, not denied. And it seems as if her playoff hopes, her repeat hopes, her 3 repeat hopes have been delayed, as well as denied. A'ja Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces come up short against the New York Liberty and the white privilege having Brianna Inky. You want juicy details? How about this? A'ja Wilson's playoff performance wasn't just disappointing, it was meme-worthy, and not in a good way. What could make fans turn so quickly on one of the league's top players? Let's break it down. But anyway, I digress. On Wednesday night, this woman dropped 36 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 steals to help the Aces beat the Dallas Wings 95-81. Wilson became the first player in WNBA history to have at least 35 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 steals in a game. She's also the first player with at least 35 points and 5 steals in multiple games. And this year, she also became a New York Times best-selling author. She's also the reigning 2-time defending NBA champion. She's also the reigning 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. Picture this: A'ja Wilson, one of the WNBA's biggest stars, steps onto the court for a crucial playoff game. The expectations are high. She's known for dominating games and leading her team to victory. A'ja Wilson, 19 points, 10 rebounds, 5 blocks. She had the infamous Angel Reese double-double that resulted in a loss. But not that Chelsea Gray. But what happened next? Just 19 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 blocks. That's right, only 19 points in a must-win game. Can you believe it? Obviously, this is a completely memeable offense. But the winning isn't for everybody. And they go, it's the first time they lose. Like, you realize a winning isn't for everyone. Commercial now. Here's where things get really interesting. Remember that commercial Wilson did, the one where she confidently declared winning isn't for everyone. Well, those words came back to bite her in the most unexpected way. It's like the basketball gods decided to serve up a slice of humble pie and Wilson thought the whole bakery one came out and did this after 2016. Do you not think we are part of like we all are basketball fans if LeBron did this after 2016 or after 2020 or at any stage? If this picture existed with LeBron James and it was a commercial that he was okayed. And by the way, this was a very controversial commercial. If you don't know, Tammy Fagbennel had a problem with it. There were NBA players that were not from America that had a problem with this commercial and publicly had a problem with this commercial. So this fans and critics didn't hold back. Social media exploded with memes and comments using Wilson's own words against her. One commentator even pointed out the irony, saying, "Winning isn't for everyone," and they go, "It's the first time they lose. Ouch. That's got to sting. No one thinks Wilson's a bad basketball player. Heck, the majority think Wilson's the best player in the world. Like Wilson is if Joel Embiid was an Iron Man, and I fully am convinced if Joel Embiid was like a beacon of health, like if he was like the epitome of health, people will be calling Joe Embiid the best basketball player in the world, too. That's not knock on A'ja Wilson, she's Joel Embiid, but the first time losing in years. And not only that, no offense to A'ja Wilson, she was not good in the playoffs. Well, maybe not good, not good in this series. But let's put this in perspective. Is this just a one-time slip for Wilson? Or are we seeing something bigger? I mean, we're talking about a player who's been at the top of her game for years. One bad performance doesn't erase all that talent and hard work. But in the high-stakes world of professional sports, perception is everything. Like you release a winning isn't for everyone commercial. Bet AG of Wilson, her team is the 4th seed team, go the 4th seed, and they lose. And yeah, think about it. Wilson's team entered the playoffs as the 4th seed. They were expected to make a deep run. Instead, they're watching the rest of the playoffs from home. That unexpected exit has fans and analysts alike questioning everything. Is this a sign of things to come, or just a bump in the road? Now you might be wondering, how does a star player bounce back from this? It's not just about the game anymore. It's about managing your image, living up to your own hype, and proving the doubters wrong. Wilson's got her work cut out for her. I'm sorry we got to mean this if we are not mean this. And by the way, I'm not talking about Aces or A'ja fans. Like if I'm not talking about Aces or A'ja fans, I'm talking about just the general. There's nothing wrong with winning isn't for everybody, and you know what, it's probably going to come like bite us in the ass at some stage when Age comes back and wins. But it's just like for everyone who made fun of the Celtics for losing for all those years, and for blowing or for losing to the 8th seed. It bit everyone the ass when they came back to win. That's sports for you, and I don't care what anyone says, that's sports. But here's the thing about sports: narratives can change in an instant. Today's meme can be tomorrow's motivation. Will Wilson use this as fuel to come back stronger, or will the pressure of living up to her own words become too much? So I do kind of sometimes cat myself. I'm like, oh, okay, B, I got you. And I'm like, oh no, let me enjoy the game. Go women's sports. Like the competitor in me just can't live without a film session. Some I don't do enjoy it, but sometimes I find myself like, all right, you like that move, B, I got it. Cause like you said, I older, so I'm like, all right, I got to start playing smarter a little bit. And let me try to figure it out before they kind of get ahead of the game. And I'm pretty sure they did it to me when I was a rookie, so I don't feel too bad. I'm like, yeah, no, you did the same. Let's not forget we're talking about a league that's constantly evolving. New stars are rising, challenging the established order, which brings us to our next point. While we struggling, there's another player who's been turning heads and changing the game. It's officially official. Caitlin Clark is your NBA Rookie of the Year. Caitlin Clark Rookie of the Year. One last award to cap off just an incredible season from Caitlin Clark. It was kind of weird because we knew this was happening last week. It got leaked. Really, we knew this was happening well over a month ago. Internally, but to see it finally official from the WNBA was cool yesterday. She received 66 of the 67 votes, while Sunstars are fading a new light is shining brighter than ever. Can you imagine a player so good she's not just winning games, but changing how the entire sport is played? That's exactly what's happening with the WNBA's newest phenom. Caitlin Clark has just been named the 2024 Rookie of the Year. Clark's rookie season, it was historic. She had the most points in a rookie campaign, the most assists in any season ever, and she even messed around and got a pair of triple-doubles, something no other rookie has ever done. Enter Caitlin Clark, the rookie who's taking the league by storm. You might think you've seen it all in basketball, but Clark's doing things on the court that are making even the veterans look twice. How is she single-handedly transforming a bottom-dwelling team into a powerhouse? Let's break it down. And it was a huge game, guys, for Caitlin Clark, sinking her 86th three-pointer of the season, breaking the WNBA record for the most three-pointers by a rookie in a single season. Congratulations to Caitlin for three-point shooting. Head heated up, and nobody in the league can flick logo threes as effortlessly as